Mark's been a politician. He talks too long. Good to see you, Simon. I guess I would start by something that I've noticed over the last 2 Indy 500s, and this is no disrespect to you or to Will, but you can really see what a difference an Indy 500 victory means to someone. Just watching you and Will, kind of the calmness that has come about you in terms of just looks like your personal gratification, your excitement, it really kind of completed you as a race car driver. And if nothing else happens, you've got that.
Well, hi everyone. It's good to see you back for a new season. So thank you for being here and supporting our sport. That's the biggest part. I got to see everybody, the list of everybody being here today. So thank you very much. It's definitely been a brutal change, I would say, in my life. But a lot of people have been saying that seem more relieved. And I can say, yes, I am very relieved. But that's from a personal standpoint. It has nothing to do with the driving or the race team or whatever. It's more about the goal that you set for yourself as a kid. What you want to do, where you want to be, and accomplishing those goals is very special for any human being, I think. So personally, I feel like I've accomplished that. I feel like for those reasons, a lot of my own pressure that I put on myself is gone. And it's very nice because I actually feel more focused, more driven, more determined, but also more relaxed. And I think it's a very interesting combination that's really allowing me to just be a better person. And I think I'm going to be a better driver as well.
Yeah, I think we saw that with Will. That was kind of my point to that. Hunter Ray came in here just a minute ago and said the finish of the 2014 Indy 500 had to be the greatest ever, and I might even put last year's on that as well. You watched that, I'm sure, several times. The battle with Rossi was extraordinary. That helped make it probably even more gratifying.
Yes, I think, when you're fighting like that to the end, it makes for a special memory in your head for the rest of your life, for sure. I also remember racing in Le Mans, finishing second, and being just as satisfied as well from such a great battle with Audi back then. So obviously I would have liked to be on the winner's side. I was second, but I do feel, and we talked about this with Rossi, is you can also get satisfaction from such great battles. And from a winner's standpoint, you want it to be when you've really fought for it, because it's more rewarding, it gives you more satisfaction. And I wouldn't say that I wouldn't mind winning the next 4 alone, with nobody behind. But winning it when it's a great fight is fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Questions? Or I'll go on all day. Bruce.
You get this Scott McLaughlin guy that's going to run in the Grand Prix at Indy. So what have you said so far about his talent?
Well, Scott's won, how many races? 35 races in the last 2 years?
So 35 or 6.
So I guess, how could you not offer him his dream and bring him over for what he wants to do? So, he seems to, obviously, he's a phenomenal road racer. I think, we've seen it on simulator sessions. He's right on pace. Obviously it's going to be a bit different in real life, but I have no doubt he's a fantastic champion. He's one of the greatest in that kind of category in V8 supercar. So we'll see what he can do in an IndyCar, but I have no doubt he'll be right on pace with everybody right away. So what do I make of it? Honestly, I'm very focused on myself, and as selfish as it sounds, I'm happy for him, but my job is to bring my best, and I can't really focus on what he's going to do. If he asks me advice, I'll give him whatever advice I can give him at the time, and then we go on and race. But I'm happy for him. I think it's well deserved, and it's great that Roger gave him the opportunity to accomplish one of his dreams. So happy to see what he can do. I think it's great for IndyCar actually to be on the map like that, for a champion of V8 supercar to say my dream is to drive IndyCars. I think it's really phenomenal for us. So I welcome him. I think it's awesome that he's here. I hope Lewis Hamilton's going to do the same, and any other champions.
Paul Kelly.
You say you're focused on yourself. You've won a championship and now an Indy 500. What are you focused on improving? Where can you get better as a driver?
Well, you can always get better. It's never over.
Any specific area though?
Yeah, I'm working on it for sure. I don't want to reveal my secrets, but I believe up here you can always improve. You know, I've opened doors that I never knew were even doors before, and I'm still doing that. I managed to find more within myself this winter on the focus side of things, on also by having less anxiety after winning Indy. I feel like I can fly higher, so I think those are good things. You know, there's plenty of things I can work on. I mean, obviously race pace, qualifying pace, managing my tires better. We have the aero screen now, so that might change the situation with tire wear. There's more weight on the car, so that's going to change also the driving style. So there's going to be little things like that to trick or to adjust, I should say. And we're going to find out about it very, very much about tomorrow and the next day. So my goal for the next few days of testing is really to set myself up for the season, rather than going, you know, trying to go super fast and lay down big laps. Is really about understanding what you're going to need to go fast when it counts. So yeah, that's really what I'm working on. And the next 2 days will be very important for that.
You have 2 new rings, one on your right hand, one on your left.
Yes. Which one's most important? Is that the question?
No. It wasn't even
I've been asked that question many times.
So the one on the left's more important.
Always.
I know you've been together for a while, but how has that changed for you? How has that changed the perspective?
Well, it's, you know, you're joining lives, right? It's Haley and I have been together for 7 years, about to be 8. So, you know, it's been a great journey together, because, you know, she's seen me grow through my IndyCar career. She's been by my side. She's been a great support, you know, and I think it's very much about that, is being with someone that can provide you the balance that you need to be better self. And, you know, I keep saying the same thing, but it's about being the best driver you can be, but also being the best man you can be. And I'm finding great balance, and she's definitely doing that for me with Arlene and Norman. So, you know, I'm having fun. I'm having fun in life. I'm having fun in my professional career. I couldn't be any more grateful, honestly. You know, it sounds like a dream, but I'm really living my dream. So, super happy.
Okay. Les?
Simon, thinking we've dealt a lot with MotoGP riders. Colorado and Zarco both train on the dirt because of the criticality of setting a turn in dirt, things like that. Have you ever considered using your rally interest to train towards the pavement the same way?
I have, yes, I have done that, and I actually had a sponsor back in France that built me a dirt track for me to train on, but I go a lot less to France than I used to, so I started training on dirt back in 2008 until really, I would say that we gave up on the dirt track back in 2014, end of 2014. And I had a rally car at home just for those purposes, and it was really about training. Now I use something different on dirt still, but in Charlotte. So I still use dirt for training because I found it very useful in, like you said, setting up a turn ahead of time, being more ahead of your machine while reacting to it, and being in a very fine, confined area with trees around. But it's safe training, but unfortunately, I wish I could race rally right now, but my contracts really don't allow it to be very honest with you. But it's probably best that I'm just focused on IndyCar racing right now as well, because it's a very intense era of our sport, you know. You see it with all the young driver coming in. They're very ready, they're very fast, and you have to have your head in the game 100%. It's almost like you can't think about anything else to do it properly. So It's definitely a new era. And I'm having constantly to think about it, and it takes 100% of your time.
Bruce?
Chris Simmons over at Ganassi, the performance director, told me that the racing with the aero screen might actually be closer because the drivers are going to feel safer. Could you see if that might be the case?
No,
And why?
because I don't think that's going to change the driver's mind. I think, if you could get closer before, you would get closer. We had a shield. Quite frankly, I never thought that would change your perception of danger. I think it will change the risk that you're taking. If you, for sure, I mean, if something flies, it's not going to hit you, and you're going to be safer. Yes. Now, I don't think it's going to change your approach as much, because if you weren't taking those risks before, then why would you take it now, anyways? No, I think it's safer. I think it's the next step in racing, and I think we're going to see it go like mushrooms in every racing series in the future. I think IndyCar is a pioneer for having this device on the car. I think the cars actually could be more attractive to the young generation because it looks so different, so evolved, and also a bit like a fighter jet. So I think it's more intriguing. You can't see the driver anymore. I look at it on the positive side of things. I know people are saying, well, you can't see the driver anymore, that's bad. Well, I look at it the other way. I think because of all these things, we might see the new generation get more interested in our sport, and for all these reasons, it's very welcome. I think you heard, but I was one of I was very in favor of the aero screen, so I'm very excited about it.
All right, we'll take one more here from Joey.
Obviously, winning the Indy 500, that's something that you never forget, but how much pride do you take in just the fact that you were able to do that for your country? I mean, just given, because obviously last year was not great for France with the cathedral and everything that went on, so how much pride do you take in being able to put forth an effort like that?
Yeah, it's amazing. I have, we have a game called it's like Jeopardy? I can't say the words.
Yes, Jeopardy.
Jeopardy, thank you. We have a game like that, and I'm one of the question now in France. It's pretty big, right? It's a pretty big deal.
Who is Haley's husband?
Well, it's not really the question, but I thought that was awesome because it shows the impact of the Indianapolis 500 on the world, not just the US. Obviously, it's big time in the US, but it shows that it carries over in other countries. And 99 years. It was 99 years ago another Frenchman won, so it had a huge impact. I received a ton of awards and recognition from my home country. I actually I had a really cool time going to the Automobile Club of France. It's the oldest racing club in the world. They created racing. First race was 1895. It was Bordeaux, Paris, Bordeaux. And they were so excited. Like, they knew all about the race. They knew all about the history of the Indy 500, and they're so proud to have a Frenchman winning. So it's an old club with a lot of old-timers, and I was so proud to be part of it and get a tour of the place, which is actually where the FIA is residing, I should say. So it was a pretty cool moment. I got a gold license from the French Federation of Racing. So I've got a gold license, number 61. There's only been 60 guys before me. So very cool. And I got a letter from the French president this winter as well. And I was knighted. I'm a knight.
Sure.
I have an honor, a medal of the knightery. So it's pretty cool, just feels like it's an incredible race that does more than just racing, and I've gained recognition for my country, even though I'm racing in the US. So it's pretty cool to see.
Does it still feel like a dream in some ways?
Yeah, it does. It's scary because I wake up every morning thinking, is it still on? Yes, it is. So it's pretty cool. I mean, it does feel like a dream. It feels, I even dreamt about Indy last night. And I'm not just saying this for fun. I actually dreamt about the race last night again. So it's amazing. You know, it's amazing to think what, you know, as a kid when you dreamt about it, what it really does to your brain. And that race was engraved in my brain, and now it's part of my life. I mean, you know, forever for my life, it's going to be engraved in my memory bank. So, but the goal is to do it again. I'm not here to say I've done it and I'm relaxing. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to kick their ass. That's what I'm here for. So I'm going to do that.
How often do you dream about it?
Well, I did last night, so it's pretty crazy. Yeah, it's just non-stop. It's non-stop.
Well, I think I can speak.
Before or after you won?
I'm sorry?
More before or after?
No,
you
about
won?
the same, still about the same. Hasn't really changed.
Well, you've been a hell of an Indy 500 champion, so.
People but David.
Yeah, but
I was going to ask
Jumping.
whether you had if you were approached by Renault to replace Nico Hulkenberg alongside Danny Ricciardo in Formula One, how do you weigh up driving for the best team in IndyCar, or one of the two best teams in IndyCar, with someone that's going to get you like 7th or 8th or occasionally, you know, top 5s in Formula One? Because you're also a patriot as well, aren't you?
Yes. You know, that's actually a great question. We could have a whole dinner conversation together. I love IndyCar racing. I love the Indianapolis 500 more and more. You know, it's crazy. It's like it's imprinted. It's you know, it's amazing. Now, you know, wouldn't that love to have won a Formula One championship in my life? Of course I would have. But my path was different. I came to the US because the door opened to the US and I was welcome here. And my career really took off once I came to the US, being recognized as a talent. So
Uh-oh.
No one
cares. Just
You're right. No one cares. That's so true.
all that anyone cares about is they get to go home soon. Like
That's so true.
seriously.
That's true. But yeah, no, I don't think I would leave where I'm at. First of all, I'm also 35 years old, and I've got more to accomplish here. I still have one dream, which is to go back to Le Mans and try to win them all. You know, I've come so close. So if I have a good opportunity, and maybe with the news that came out about sports car racing, maybe Penske will go, and maybe that'll be my chance. But who knows? I still want to. Another dream of mine is to try to do it again in Indy. You know, and quite frankly, the fire is still strong and very, very strong. So, you know, I would have loved to drive a Formula One car to see what it's like. But my career is set on IndyCar right now.
thank you much.
Thank you. I hope you care.